Hey, I got this mint in my mouth. Yo, what's going on? All my homies, homettes, dudes, and dudettes. It's your boy Will back again with my weekly wear. Everything I wore all week last week. Now, this week was a little bit different than my normal week because all week this week I did all layering, nothing but layering. And some of these layers were really, really good, and some of them were just okay. So I'm not going to do an intro, I'm jumping right into it. So on Sunday I started out with this one. I layered Kamra, the regular Kamra, with Kamra Kawa. And this, when I layered these, they smell similar. The Kawa has just a note of coffee in it. And I layered this, and man, it was so nice. I actually named these these combinations. So I called this one King Kamra. Cool name. But yeah, it smells like Kamra, and it lasted a lot longer than the normal Kamra with either one. With both of them on together, whew, it smelled really good. And that it did have a kind of a chocolate phase kind of came out of it, maybe because of the mixture. But the coffee, it didn't last as long, and then it came back later on in the dry down. But this was a good combination. That was Sunday, King Kamra. Okay, I'm gonna have to put these around somewhere else. Then on Monday, what did I name this one? This one is called Pistachio Pebble. And what I did is I layered Millesime Imperial. Millesime Imperial. This is Milestone by Armaf, which is a clone of Millesime Imperial, and Kahir's Pistachio. That name will come in. Now, pistachio, it smells like smells like a ice cream, kind of a cotton candy, maybe a little bit, and it's really sweet, and it has pistachio in it. The Milestone is kind of like Millesime Imperial, where it has that bright vibe, and it has like maybe a mineral kind of note, almost smells like a rock. But when I put these two together, the mineral note, the rock kind of pebble kind of note, came out super strong, and the sweetness of this came out super strong. So that's why I call it Pistachio Pebble. So yeah, it was really good too, and these two work really good together. This is the first time I've layered these two together, but if you haven't, try them out. This is it was a little bit warmer on that day also. Oh, and again, this week was up and down. We went all the way up to 80 and went down to, I think, 32 degrees. So yeah, that was Monday. Then on this weekly wear might be a little bit longer than my normal weekly wear. So then on Tuesday I layered these two, and these are two of my favorite fragrances from this house, where this one is Bois by Commodity, and I layered it with Bergamot by Commodity. And this one was kind of like a cheat, because Commodity fragrances, they're kind of made for you to layer them. You can layer them because most of them smell like a single note, and most of them don't have a lot of change from the beginning to the end. It's not like a drastic change, so it's really good to layer some of these. And this one I layered, and what did I call this one? I called it Fresh Dust, because the fragrance from here, it comes off kind of like not a dirty dust, but like if you're walking through a desert, and not like a Indian desert, but like a Texas desert. You're walking through a Texas desert where it's kind of dry kind of vibe, and it's dusty around. And the bergamot in this, it smells like a fresh bergamot just cut open. And this on top of this smells like, what do I call it? Fresh dust. So yeah, it has a fresh scent to it. So that was, what day was that? That was Tuesday. Okay, and then On Wednesday, this one was a little bit tricky. On Wednesday, and I had to layer these a little bit different. On Wednesday, I layered this one. This is what is this? Kayed Fusan Unlimited. And this is one of the newer ones that I got. This is Ana Abid leather. And this smells like leather, like a tough leather, almost like a suede. And this one is, it's just a bright smelling. It smells like coconut and pineapple. It's just a super sweet fragrance. It seems to be a fragrance that they made for you to layer, and I did just that. And the leather in this by itself is really heavy, but when you put this on top of it, it really creams it out. And I named this one Sweet Leather because I had to put 2 sprays of this, even though this is strong and you may go nose blind to it, but I still put 2 sprays of this to 1 spray of this because the leather in this was so dominant, and I just wanted to make sure it balanced out so the sweetness can come out. And also I put this one on first and then I put this on top, so in the dry down, the sweetness can come up over outside of this. That was Wednesday. And then on Thursday, these are some fragrances that probably most people have known, but just maybe have never mixed them together. This is Mustache or Moustache, and this one is kind of like the first clone that they had that came out of Tuxedo. Even though it doesn't smell exactly like Tuxedo by YSL, it's like a twist on it. So, but it has a lot of vanilla in it, and I mixed that one with the original Spice Bomb. Get that in there. There's the name. And these two together, oh my goodness, it was a little bit cooler that day too. It felt like a fall day. It was like a chill in the air, but the sun was nicely bright, but it was chilly. So I named this one, what did I name this? Vanilla Spice. And that's what it smells like. If the vanilla on this came out a lot heavier than I thought it was going to come out. I sprayed 1-to-1, but the spice in this, you couldn't really discern what kind of spice it was. It didn't smell like the original Spice Bomb. Sorry about this thing rattling. It didn't smell like the original Spice Bomb. It smelled like a sweeter Spice Bomb, almost like it was like these two being mixed together, but it was almost like if you put extra vanilla in the Spice Bomb, and that's what these two smell like. But yeah, I say vanilla, yeah, extra vanilla in here in Spice Bomb. All right, so that was Thursday. These two, and then on Friday, this was a good combination too, because these two fragrances, both, one you can get really cheap and the other one you can get cheap from time to time. But I mixed, it was cooler that day too. And I mixed, what did I get? Okay. I mixed this one. This is One Man Show Oud Edition mixed with Dua's Pop Cherry. And Dua's Pop Cherry is a clone of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Now I mixed these two together, and I put the oud on first, and then I put the Pop Cherry on top of it. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. If you have this combination, or if you have a oud fragrance that's like a really dark oud, almost like a skanky kind of oud, and if you put the cherry on top of it, oh my goodness, it gave me a vibe of like a Tuscan leather, but instead of the raspberry and leather, it was cherry leather. So, oh my goodness, it was good. I named it Cherry Wood. Play on words a little bit. Really good. So that's what I wore on Friday. Yes, on Friday. Cherry Wood, and that's Dua's Pop Cherry with one man show, Oud Edition. And that Oud Edition, you can get that for like maybe between $12 and $25, depending on where you get it. The price fluctuates, but it's never over $30. Then on Saturday I had an event to go to. I had to run, but a bunch of running around there. I should have done a ride along, but I've never done a ride along with layering fragrances. Maybe I should do that one day. But I grabbed this one. This is Club de Nuit, the CDM, and this is the limited edition of that one, the limited edition parfum. And I mixed it with La Nuit, YSL. I don't know if that name is coming through, maybe a little bit. And I mixed these two together. Both of these are compliment getters, both of these. And I did 3 sprays to 1 spray on this because this one projects pretty good and it lasts pretty good. The sillage is really good, and the longevity of it is really good. This one, the longevity is not really all that great. And what I did was I sprayed this one on my skin and I sprayed this one on my clothes and my skin. So, oh my goodness, it is an amazing combination. It comes off like it smells professional, but also kind of got a little sexy vibe to it. It's almost like it's a smell that you would normally have, or you would put on like when you're leaving the office, but you're going to the bar or whatever. You're going to a late date or a late dinner or something like that. And I named this one the Professional Lover because both of these are compliment getters, and them two together, they blended pretty well. In the beginning, it felt like they were fighting, but the mid is great, and then the dry down was a little bit scratchy also. But the mid is crazy, really, really good. That was Saturday. So that's what I had for you all week. Last week, it was a fun week. That was a fun week in fragrances for me because I don't think I've ever done like a whole week of just layering fragrances and testing them together. Some fragrances is, you can't really layer them because some fragrances change so much throughout the fragrance. But if you have some fragrances that are kind of linear and you want to try them out, smell them together, try them out. Why not? And it's probably best to do that at night. Like spray it on your hand, like after you have, wind down, you took a shower and everything, spray it on your hand or whatever fragrances that you want to mix, and then let it marinate for a couple hours, because you'll get a chance, if you spray it on like maybe 2-3 hours before you go to bed, you get a chance to see what it's going to change into or how it's going to mix, if it works well or not. And if it doesn't work, you can just wash your hand. You ain't got to worry about it. But if you spray it on in the morning, then you're stuck with that fragrance for the whole day. But anyway, I'm rambling right now. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate your time. I know you could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me talking about not 7, but 14 fragrances that I wore all week. Last week. Layering. Call me the layering king. All right, until next time, deuces.